We have a fruit company that recently released a new applesauce. At the end of the first year, profits on this product amounted to $30,000. The anticipated profits at the end of the fourth year is $66,000. Ratio of change in time and profits is constant. So they're saying that they're expecting a steady growth that's going to stay the same and be linear. Let X be years and Y be profit. Write a linear equation that relates time and profit. So I need to write an equation, what do I need? I need two things. I need slope. Well, who knows where that went? That's okay. It came back. I need two things, right? I need slope and I need a point, okay? I've given 2 points though. You just might not realize it. So first year is 30,000 and the end of the fourth year was 66,000. These are our 2 points. So point 1 is the end of the first year, 30,000. The second one is 66,000, okay? Because X be years, so here's my X, my years, and Y be my profits. Now I'm leaving the profits in whole numbers. This is where, and you'll see a lot of problems, they might turn into thousands and do 30 and 66. Why would they do that? Well, simply because it's smaller numbers and it's easier to work with. But that's okay. We're going to use this whole thing. It didn't tell us to do that, so we're not going to mess with it. But just kind of thought thing. And when you see it written, why did they write that in millions? Well, because they didn't want to write out those zeros for the millions. So to write this equation, what do I need first? I need the slope. So I'm going to use my slope formula. So y2 minus y1, so 66,000 minus 30,000, all over y2 minus y1. So then 66 minus 30 is 36. This is 36,000 divided by 3. And 36 divided by 3 is 12. So this is 12,000 is my slope. Okay? So, as I said, kind of big numbers, but that's okay. And come here. Then we can use either one of these. I'm going to use this one just because it's smaller numbers, but either one will give you the same answer, okay? Let me say that again. It does not matter which point you use. You will get the same answer, okay? Just like on this, had I put the ones first, remember I just have to keep the columns the same, but the order, they would work out no matter which way I do it. Okay, so then I have y minus 1 as my point slope here, and then I have my huge slope here, x minus 30,000. Okay, so now I just got to clean this up. So I have y minus, oh, I did these backwards, didn't I? This is what I get for talking. It's a good thing I caught it before I got any further. Okay. This is why we use an eraser. Okay, that's why we use pencil. I don't use pen. I don't even do homework and pen. That's like the height of hubris. Okay, those are the x's. So y minus 30,000, 12,000. I was thinking, man, that's going to be a huge number. And that's where I caught myself. So a lot of times you're just looking at it going, that doesn't seem right. And then you probably put something in wrong. So in this case, I got to talking and I flip-flop my x's and y's. Okay, so now y 30,000, I'm going to distribute over here 12,000 x minus 12,000 x. And I'm going to move now this 30,000 over. So I have 30,000 minus 12,000. So this is plus 18,000. Okay, so this is my equation. Okay, so now what did they ask us to do with it? So we found our equation. Use the equation to predict the companies at the end of the 7th year. Okay, so I want to know year 7. So when x is 7. So I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to do y equals 12,000 times 7 plus 18,000. So if they continue their projected growth, 12,000 times 7 is 84,000. But then I'm going to add that 18,000. And I'm going to get $102,000. So I can predict, based on this, if growth continues at this pace, they will make $102,000 in profits at the end of the 7th year. Now, what's the last question? Predict when the profit should reach $126,000. Okay, so now they gave us a y. They gave us 126. And I want to know when I want to figure out what x makes that true. So now instead of up here, I plugged in the x. Now I'm plugging in the y and solving for x. The difference here is where, so I'm going to do over here, I'm going to take this 126,000 and I'm going to subtract 18,000 and I get 108,000 equals 12,000 x. Then I have to divide by 12,000. And I get x equals 9. So at the end of the 9th year, they should be making 126,000. So hopefully this helps you set this up. Couple of things, if you were to turn around and graph this, some thoughts. Hopefully you're not having negative profits. That means you're losing money, okay? This is probably all in the first quadrant. So something to think about as you're graphing. You might have other constraints you're sitting in. Obviously time is not going to be negative here. If this is only showing positive growth, you're not going to get any negatives. This would be all in that first quadrant. I could just delete the stuff that goes out of it because it doesn't apply to this real life situation.